Hello friends, I welcome you again to my audio tutorial. My name is Harshit Dwivedi. As told in my previous audio tutorial about the CRIPS mission, I told you that in today's audio tutorial I will tell you about the Shimla Conference of June 1945. Now, if we see the significance of Shimla Conference of June 1945, we can say that it was one of the most important landmarks through which we can say it as one of the most important meeting through which the partition of India into India and Pakistan would have been prevented. It was during this conference that the stand of the partition of the British India into India and Pakistan was further strengthened. So this Shimla Conference of 1945 was a meeting between Viceroy Archibald Wavell and 21 major political leaders of India at the summer capital of British government India, that is Shimla. Now in this meeting, in order to appease the Muslim League, a plan was being forwarded by Viceroy Wavell. In the plan, something like this was told by Wavell. Wavell had given place to 6 Muslims in the Executive Council of 14. And Viceroy Archibald Wavell also gave the Muslims the right to veto any constitutional proposal which was not in their favor. So these were two very big rights that were given to the Muslim League during this Shimla Conference of June 1945. First of all, at that time, the population of Muslims was 25% of the total populations of India, and given a membership of 6 out of the 14 out of the Executive Council of 14 was a very big achievement on the part of Muslim League. Second, the second biggest power that was given to the Muslim League by Lord Wavell at that time was that the Muslim League was given the power to veto any constitutional proposal which they thought was not in their interest. So the very first important outcome of this meeting was that both the Muslim Leagues and the Congress would have almost equal powers at the center. But at that time the population was, because of the population of Muslims being 25% at that time, Congress rejected this demand. They thought that this demand was very much higher. And one of the more important points at that time of the stalling of these talks or of the stalling of Wavell plan at that time was that at that time the president of the Congress was Maulana Abul Kalam Azad. Now, there was a very strange point made at that time by Muhammad Ali Jinnah, who was the representative of the Muslim League. He said that non-League Muslim should be represented to the Executive Council because only Muslim League has the right to represent the Muslims of India. This means that out of the 6 seats that were allotted to the Muslim League or to the Muslims in the Executive Council of 14, these 6 will be appointed only by the Muslim League because Muslim League claimed itself to be the sole representatives of the Muslims of India, and Indian National Congress cannot appoint any Muslim to the Executive Council. So this was the most important point of the deadlock of the Shimla Conference of 1945. That is, I will repeat it again. The Wavell plan allotted 6 seats out of the 14 seats of the Executive Council of the Viceroy. These 6 seats would be of Muslims, but the Muslim League said that all the members to these 6 seats will be appointed by the Muslim League only, and no Muslim member can be appointed to these 6 seats by the Congress. So, these were some of the demands that were boycotted by the Congress, and at last, the Shimla Conference of June 1945 was a failure. So in short, if we properly assess the background of Shimla Conference of 1945, it was inevitable that the failure of the talks would occur, because both the Indian National Congress and the Muslim League, especially the Muslim League, were very inflexible in their stance at that time, as they demanded for more representation than they actually were at that time. So I will again repeat you in the front of you two most important points. The most important points at that time were that 6 members were to be appointed to the Executive Council of 14, and these 6 members were to be Muslims. But the Muslim League said that no non-League Muslim, that is any Muslim who is not represented by the Muslim League, will not be appointed to the Executive Council of Viceroy. That is, those 6 fields can be filled only by the Muslim League and not by the Indian National Congress. The second most important point was that through the Webber Plan, Muslim League was given the power to veto any constitutional amendment bill or law or provision if they thought that that constitutional provision was not in their favor. So friends, here I wrap up my audio tutorial of Shimla Conference of 1945. I hope you liked it. See you in the next audio lecture. Hello friends, I welcome you again to my audio tutorial. My name is Harshit.